everybody. I'm Dave Grohl. Welcome to the Graham Norton Show.
You're all so welcome to the show. And hello to our virtual studio audience at home there. Hello. Page after page, there they are. Hey, just as well you are watching safe in your homes, because, ladies, we've got a treat for you tonight. The cameramen are excited as well. Oh, the jangling of keys. Yes, right here in the studio, we have one of the sexiest TV stars in the world. No, Alan, it's not you. It is, in fact, the smouldering star of the smash hit Bridgerton, Regé-Jean Page! Oh, wow. He's the new host of Interior Design Masters, the top-coming Alan Carr! She's Sister Michael from Derry Girls, now hosting the Great Pottery Throw Down, Siobhan McSweeney! She's the star of classic shows like The Good Life and Rosemary in Time. Now setting sail and Anything Goes, it's the fabulous Felicity Kendall! Plus, shortly we'll be joined from Los Angeles by Foo Fighter Dave Grohl! And we'll have music right here in the studio from singer-songwriter and podcaster Jessie Ware! Good, right? Good. Jessie Ware. Love that album. Welcome all. First time for you, Felicity Kendall.
I know. Why have you not asked me before?
Now I wonder, what was I thinking?
I don't know what happened.
I'm here now.
I am so happy to be here. I'm free, just for an hour and a half. I love you so much.
Aww.
Thank you. I'm released, legally.
Yeah. Felicity may be joining us again next week. We'll see.
Thank you.
When we show up, she'll just still be here. I'm not going home. And Regé-Jean Page, I mean, I mentioned Bridgerton. I guess what's weird is you're in the biggest show in the world, you're a global superstar, but you're presumably just telling your fridge you're opening.
Yeah, it's just me and the four walls and my cushions, my exceedingly bad cushions that all my friends tell me off for.
But has the postman been impressed to find Regé-Jean Page behind a door?
No, because I don't go to the door because I'm scared of the postie and the tabloids and bits. That's the only bit that's real about the global superstar.
So you don't know what's out there?
Yeah, you don't know who's behind the door.
Lockdown has ended about 3 months ago.
And this is why we don't tell you. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me at all.
I just don't like an audience. Siobhan McSweeney, now, I would have thought Derry Girls so big that when you go home to Cork, you must be a superstar.
Yeah, no, well, as you know, it's very hard to impress a Cork person. So, no, absolutely no recognition, no flicker of recognition. And it's good, actually, because you don't want to be looking like you have notions. You don't want to be standing there in the middle of Patrick Street going... You're right, it is me. So you have to be very, very cool. Even if your head was on fire, nobody would look at you in Cork.
Because Alan Carr, it must be quite nice to be in a studio because you've been doing a lot of things on Zoom, and I don't mean to criticise, but you haven't got any better at it.
No, I was on Good Morning Britain talking to Ben Shepherd, and I have a very bad Wi-Fi signal where I live. And then I was talking, and it just froze, and it looked like I was pleasuring myself. And then they actually had to go to another item, and of course, you're still talking, and then I looked, and I'm like this.
You're not joking. We've got the thing. We've got the screen grab.
No.
Oh.
I went to another item, I was still talking.
Yeah, that does look like Good Morning Brit. Yeah. Well, now, let's start tonight with you, Felicity Kendall, and good news, theatre is back. Hopefully.
Yay!
That's the plan. Anything Goes, huge, big, lavish musical is going to open at London's Barbican Theatre on the 5th of June. Tickets are available now. So this is happening. Big cast, full orchestra.
It is happening if it's safe and if it's allowed and it's legal. So the idea is, as we know, it's all going to get back to normal. Life is going back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the sort of spirit of being completely positive about things that are completely and utterly impossible to guarantee, we are going ahead, we think, with this. But obviously it depends on the...
Yes, but if it happens, people will be so desperate for it because it's such a joyous musical.
I think it's just... It's like, you know, I'm not being silly buggers, but it is about... It's like watching your show. It's exactly what we need. We've had doom and gloom and disaster and trauma and everything, everybody... Now, what we need coming out of it is to just go and watch some wonderful escapist thing. And this is a wonderful musical. I've seen the clips from America.
And it's so stylish. It's set on an ocean liner, and it's a romance. It's a farce.
It's wonderful. It's like a tragic Titanic.
No, I think Titanic's tragic.
No, sorry, no, I haven't got it right yet.
I mean, I hated Leo DiCaprio. He didn't die fast enough.
No, it's a comic Titanic.
There you go.
Comic Titanic.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
it'll be fired soon. It's that sort of story. The boy is the wrong person for the girl, and then there are crooks and there are romances, and it's all very, very glamorous, and everybody's moving from, you know, America to England. Except it doesn't sink. It's a wonderful, funny, farce, silly buggers.
There's no ice.
And lots,
it's great.
There's no ice, not even ice skating. It's just fun. And you've got these iconic songs.
It's all Cole Porter songs. And I've seen you in plays, but I've never seen you in a musical, have I?
No.
So this is your first one?
Yes.
Is there a reason why?
I can't sing.
OK. But it's joyous.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
You will.
Or I'll be fired.
Or fired. Now, without Felicity Kent.
Anything goes, but Felicity went.
Now, this is an odd bit of trivia, because Felicity, I think I'm right in thinking. So we're in old BBC TV Centre here tonight, and you made The Good Life in this building, and a lot of people I think are discovering the show again in lockdown. You know, they're binging because it's on.
Thank you, Graham.
It's on Gold and all those sorts of things.
Nowhere to go.
No, but I just wondered.
People are trapped. They're forced to watch.
Yeah, I'll watch this again. No, but I just think... I think you watch it now and you forget how radical it was at the time. I mean, you and Penelope kind of pushed the envelope, particularly for women. Tell us about the home brew episode.
When we got pissed.
Yeah.
Yes, the home brew. Well, first of all, the writers were absolutely amazing, and they created the characters. We didn't create them, and they didn't write for us. They wrote for the characters they created. And they wrote these two really interesting women, not deep and serious and psychological, but actually very clever. And there was a scene when the boys got pissed on their made-up wine. And I thought, well, what if we get pissed, Penny? Wouldn't that be good? She said, that would be absolutely... I said, it's the nicest thing in the world to act pissed. I love acting pissed more than anything. I mean, it's really fun. And I said, well, we'll do that. And they went and asked the head of BBC, and they said, no, you can't do that. Margot and Barbara, they can't get pissed. They're loved by people. They're sacred cows, in a nice way. And no, they can't be rude and dirty and get pissed. And anyway, we fought this with the producer-director and with the writers, and eventually we did that scene, and because in those days they didn't want the...
Yeah.
Wow.
So how far have we come? Now everybody's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Just right now.
Yeah, no, actually, yes. I won't remember this. No.
So, yes, things change.
No, but actually, here's the thing, because I love The Good Life, and I was talking about... but are you aware of it? Did you...
I grew up on The Good Life.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I saw Margot Jenny. That's like you, isn't it? Oh, Margot Jenny. What was in that? Sorry. It sounds like you, doesn't it? Oh, Margot Jenny, the ghost of eating the cabbages. Yes.
Because for Alan, though, watching The Good Life must be like watching a documentary.
Oh, I know. Well, we've got a farm, you see, with all these animals, and...
You've got some new animals. You've got chickens now.
Yes, well, the next-door neighbour, a fox killed all the chickens apart from this one. So we said we'd look after it with our chickens, but they pick on it, our chickens do. My Paul says because it's ginger. So my brother's a ginge, just saying. Don't write and complain. So no, we've got it in the house now, and yeah, it's a bit. My mum goes, "Oh, what?
In the house?
A chicken in the house."
We've got a picture of you and the chicken in the house.
Yes.
Now, that blanket appears to be covered in chicken shit.
I know. It shits everywhere. And someone told me if you take a COVID mask and put the handles round the wing and put the mask bit under its private bits, then it's a chicken nappy.
Well, that's every...
It must be quite...
Well, it doesn't pull it down. I mean, it's not that clever.
But also, it would catch the eggs as well.
Yes, you see.
Yeah, but if the elastic's too strong, it'll shoot them straight back up.
Oh, yeah, but don't...
Love it.
A shocked little chicken. Why, I never.
So, yeah.
Because, Siobhan, now, you don't live on a farm, but you do have green fingers. You produce produce. So, what is it, a balcony you have?
It is. No, it's. I live in central London, so it's not a balcony. It's sort of a balco. It's not big enough to be the full word, really. It's basically how a door can go like that. That's what I have. But during lockdown, I, along with, I imagine, many people, decided that I would be really good at gardening. I'm from Cork. I'm from County Cork. It's in my blood, for God's sake. I would be able to do this. So, turns out it's really fucking hard.
But then you went with radishes.
I went with radishes.
Now, and what I find surprising about this picture you posted is that this is when you chose to harvest them. You know what radishes look like?
Yeah.
It's not that.
No.
They were... that was them ready. Like, I even gave them a couple of extra weeks. Like, and oh, my God, Graham, like, I talked to them. I hugged them at night. I went bananas during the first lockdown, so I was like, hello, radishes! How are you doing? Oh, my God.
They didn't like that.
No.
That is why I'm not forgiving you.
Yeah, they took again you.
But, you know, it's
Totally
hard.
did.
It's hard, like, you know,
It is.
because we don't eat anything. We don't kill anything on our farm. And...
Even the... Yeah.
No, and Paul bought 4 cows. And, like, when the cows aren't killed, they live to be, like, 35, 40. I said, there's a good chance these cows could be at our funeral.
So you've got chickens and cows.
And alpacas and...
There you go.
Pygmy goats and...
I'm glad I asked that question.
Did you have real pigs when you did The Good Life? Because they're
Very,
horrible,
very,
aren't they?
very.
They bitey.
Yes, they bite and they push.
Yes.
And they're not aggressive, but they're just heavy going, and they won't do what you want, and they
Yes.
just like that.
Yes.
And Dickie hated them. Every time when he had to get into the pen and say, here we are, Pinky, or how you are, Perky, or whatever it was, and,
Yeah.
and then as soon as it was cut, he leapt out.
Well, Alan Carr, you've gone from outdoor to indoors with your latest project as the new host of Interior Design Masters.
Yeah.
It's on BBC Two, Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. So explain what goes on.
OK, 10 fantastic designers all want to be the new interior design master. And every week they have to do up either a luxury hotel, a beach hut, a restaurant, a salon, and then we have to eliminate people every week. And I know, but it's so horrible because because of COVID, you can't hug them or anything. Because, I mean, with your new show, I mean, you can't...
No, they're in a bubble. They're in a bubble.
We were in a bubble, but yeah.
Oh, well,
but
I
it's
can't
still
hug-
tough going, isn't it?
It's horrible. And I say, I'm afraid you're going home. And then they're crying. And then you're like, bye. You know, and you're like, you might as well basically have a trap door which leads to a skip. Bye. You know what I'm like, Graham. I say what I feel, and I think that's what they want. But
I was surprised because I imagined you'd be quite lovely and a bit kind, but you're quite harsh in the things you say to them.
Really? Too harsh?
No. The trouble is, I think, is because you show up when things go wrong.
That's what I hated about it, because you know what TV's like? They're like, yeah, so-and-so, the awning's fallen down, and then, oh, yeah, the paint's gone over the curtains. Of course, I'd turn up like Maleficent. So, what's happened here? and then it's so funny because they're like, oh, at the beginning when they're doing up the house and everything, like, how you doing? Oh, Alan, you know, and they're all giggly. But, you know, there is a time constraint. They have to finish by 5 o'clock, and then, of course, I'm turning up there 4:55. So, explain, how do you make this bookshelf? And they're like, fuck off. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was... I love doing it. I love doing it. But, like, you've worried me now about being too hard.
No, because you're funny with it. I tell you, we've got a clip. This is you checking in on one of the contestants' progress.
Hello, John.
Hello, you.
Another day, another pair of skimpy shorts, I see. Lovely, get a bit of ventilation up there.
That's the one.
So tell us about the colour, because it's very Satsumery for a meeting room. Have I said something wrong?
I feel offended.
I like Satsumas.
Yes, Satsumas are good for you. If you're in a meeting for 2-3 hours, there's nothing worse than looking at a plain, blank, boring wall.
No, I get it. It's bright, it's good, and...
I like it.
Yeah. OK, I'll leave you to it, John.
Thank you.
The trouble with the colour orange, it's very divisive. When some people think of orange, they think zesty and fresh, but to other people, they think budget airlines and fake tan. No, it's funny. No.
Well, Interior Design Masters with Alan Carr continues on BBC Two on Tuesdays. OK, it is time to meet our virtual guest tonight. He's the frontman of the biggest rock band in the world, Foo Fighters. Please welcome Dave Grohl!
Oh. Hey, everybody.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. It's not bad here. How are you?
We're great, thank you very much. Lovely to meet you. And actually, we were just talking about interior design. What a beautiful painting.
Oh, do you like this? Well, I'm in the room that my wife designed. She's got one of those, like, present wrapping table things. I guess Oprah invented this. I don't know. I've never used it, but this is the room I'm in right now. It's not very rock and roll.
But it's beautiful.
I could wrap one hell of a
Alan,
president.
say nothing. Say nothing. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Alan's a little harsh. Now, we're all delighted to see you, Dave.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're watching Bridgerton, but Regé-Jean Page, you are proper Foo Fighters.
I'm hugely relieved you're not in the studio. I wouldn't be functional if you were. It's a pleasure to meet you at a distance, sir.
No, because didn't you learn to play the drum?
You're pretty much the reason I'm a performer entirely. The first song I learned to play on drums was Learn to Fly. My brother and I would terrorise my neighbours with this on loop. We'd play it at, like, all of our local church halls, like, just...
Because I think we've got a picture of you, Reggae, in your band. Here you are. Look at you. Look at you. So cool.
That's what you did, Dave. You built this.
Yeah.
You built that.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me, man.
Hey, exciting times, because to mark the 25th anniversary of Foo Fighters, a new album, Medicine at Midnight. I believe I've got it here. Yes, I do. Here it is. It is out today. And this is your 10th studio album.
Yes.
I'm right in saying that, aren't I?
Yeah, I mean, you know, at this point, we've been a band for 25 years, and this is our 10th album. You know, 2020 was meant to be, like, the greatest year of our band's career. I mean, we had finished the record. We finished this record a year ago. We had finished the record. The trucks were packed with equipment. All of the CDs, all of the T-shirts were pressed, and, like, we were ready to go. And then, you know, the world just shut down. And we had made this record. It's kind of our most sort of danceable boogie record. I'm like, oh, God, the stadiums are going to bounce to this. Like, the festivals are going to be... I can't wait to hear 100,000 people sing this song. And now it's like some lonely bachelor in his kitchen with a glass of whiskey dancing in his underwear to our new record. But, you know, I'll take what I can get.
And, of course, you know, we're used to hearing people talking about cancelling the gigs, but it hadn't struck me before about that thing about the merchandise. Do you have dates on your merchandise?
Yeah, you know, we made a lot of 25th anniversary merchandise. Which at this point, it's just, I mean, it's just gonna take like a Sharpie or a spray paint can to like X out the 5 and put in a 6 above it. I mean, who knows?
Well, I tell you what, let's watch a clip. This is the latest single off the album, Medicine at Midnight, and this is Waiting on a War. Here we go.
Is there more to this? More to this? More to this than just waiting on a war? Just waiting on a war. Just waiting on a war for this and that. There's got to be more to this than that. Just waiting on a war for this and that. There's got to be more to this than that. Just waiting on a war for this and that. There's got to be more to this than that. Just waiting on a war for this and that. There's got to be more.
Wow! An instant classic, Dave Grohl. That's fantastic. So good.
They're going to go mad with that. That's going to be brilliant.
At least one of the lonely dudes dancing in his underwear in his kitchen will be me.
And
So at
this
least
lovely
there's that.
dude is
We can make that promo
Yeah.
happen, you know? Talk to my people.
Yeah, you've got some dancing going on here. And this must be so frustrating, this idea of Foo Fighters being grounded, because nothing stops you guys. I mean, even your broken leg did not stop you.
Well, I was, I fell off the stage and I broke my leg. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Had it been the last
wait a
song-
minute, Dave. Is that you still singing while your leg is being set?
Yes. Basically, what happened, it was a stadium in Sweden, and there was like 60,000 people there. We were 2 songs into the set, and like a clown, I fall off the stage, dislocate my ankle, tear all the ligaments, and break a bone, and I try to stand, and there's nothing there. So we stop the show, and I say to my drummer, just keep playing, play a Queen song, play a Queen song. And they pull me off to the side in a gurney, and the guy says, ankle's dislocated, I gotta put it back in right now. So I said to my tour manager, I said, get me a whiskey. My wife is sitting next to me. I put her leather jacket in my mouth, and I bit as hard as I could, and the guy puts my ankle back in. And so I'm sitting there, and I feel, adrenaline and whiskey. I don't feel a thing. So that same man that you see holding my leg right there, I look at him and I say, okay, well, can I go up and finish the show? And he goes, no, because if I let go of your ankle, it's just gonna fall out. And I said, well, then you're coming on stage with me right now. So we went up on stage, and we did another like 2.5 hours. And then I said, okay, where's the ambulance? Get me out of here. And then...
Yeah. Phew. Listen, it's been lovely talking to you, Dave Grohl. Medicine at Midnight is out now, and good luck when the tour resumes. Dave Grohl, everyone! Hey! Good night. What a nice man.
Iconic.
I mean, you are proper.
Huge fan. I mean, all I want to know is whether he recorded the scream when they put the ankle back in, because I want to hear that on the record. I think that'd be brilliant.
Somebody probably has it. Someone has it somewhere. Now, Regé-Jean Page is the Duke of Hastings in Bridgerton. It's streaming now on Netflix, and I mean, this thing is a global phenomenon, 82 million households.
So I hear.
If someone isn't a member of one of those 82 million households, tell us what it's about.
It's the period dramas you know and love, but not as you know them. It's faster, wittier, funnier, sexier, considerably sexier. Very glamorous and just unashamed of its own joy. And so it's kind of, we did our best to kind of subvert the things that you think you know about period dramas and let you have a bit more fun with them, because we all need a bit of fun at the moment.
And this comes from that kind of incredible Shonda Rhimes world, Shondaland, which you were in Shonda world, Shondaland already.
Yes. I've been working for Shonda for the last 3 years before Bridgerton in a show called For the People. I've been doing a New York lawyer. I've been doing my best kind of fast-talking, high-trouser type of acting. And Shonda didn't actually know that I was British when they were casting Bridgerton. She was just like, I want what he was doing in that show, but British. And then I turned up and we had our meeting. She was like, wait, you're not American? I was like, no, this is actually what I do. You'll be the first person to allow me to act in my own accent for about 6 years. which was lovely. Wow. And I appreciate that very much. It was great. Not quite my own accent. I'm a little bit more common.
So wait, actually, you are a little bit down, yeah. But I was a bit disappointed. I was like, oh.
I mean, I can't turn it back. It's a lot of effort.
Oh, very good. And, of course, the two of you, you share a castmate, Nicola.
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
Yes, lovely Nicola, yeah. And, of course, that's why I started watching Bridgerton. And you're one of the reasons I stopped watching it.
I do my best.
Yeah, actually, because I live alone and there's a pandemic going on, and just watching very beautiful people have a lovely time dancing and having sex, I'm like, I don't want to watch that. Crying, eating beans in my pants. Another episode, I hate myself.
I'll just eat a radish. Oh, but look!
Let's go back to the garden. Balco, no.
If you put Bridgerton to the radishes,
They would grow. Yes,
We're going to watch a little bit of Bridgerton. This is you sparring with Daphne Bridgerton.
Ooh.
You appear displeased.
Do I?
We find ourselves seated beside each other, Miss Bridgerton. I'd like to think you're happy about that.
Perhaps, Your Grace. It would be better if you refrained from thinking about me at all.
It is simply surprising.
Yes, however is it possible for a lady to offer anything but a smile while seated beside a duke?
You regarding subjects much too...
Even one of your reputation.
You are aware of my reputation.
And aware of your friendship with my eldest brother. If that were not enough, I'm also aware of the things a certain writer has recently written of you. Presumptuous. Clearly. Arrogant, most definitely. You are a rake. Through and through. And tell me I'm wrong.
Who is to refrain from thinking about whom, again?
I assure you, I'm anything but interested in you.
Good.
Quite.
And I anything but interested in you.
just like that, we brought the heat, we set the fire alarms off.
As you're acting overheated the studio.
I know, it's just gone up in flames.
Yeah. Ooh.
Regent
He is so hot. He is so hot. The fire alarm's gone off.
I'll take that. Can we please keep that in the show so I can have it in the showroom?
I mean, yeah, Reggae's used to this. He walks into shops. He walks into shops, the fire alarm goes off.
This is why I don't do the voice. I knew I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't open the door, because it'll probably be the fire brigade. I'll just check with people who know. Are we all safe in our beds? Oh, apparently we're all good. Now.
Hooray.
When we heard about Bridgerton, we were promised it was going to be like this, really raunchy, sexy. And I was watching it. I thought, where is the sex? But my God, once you pull the ripcord, it's non-stop.
There's a bit.
I mean, even you must have been kind of, at the table read, you must have been going, blah, 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 blah. I haven't spoken for pages.
Well, I got my mouth full half the time. Which I was insisting on, because I think that's important to see on TV as well, because I think that is uncommon that you see that kind of power dynamic in raunchy scenes, and that's part of the way that we did want to modernise the show. So the Duke does have his mouth full, and he's proud of it. But yes, there was a fair bit to be done on the show.
Because you're really going for it, but you're going for it in kind of beautiful locations. I mean, like...
And occasionally very uncomfortable locations.
Well, yeah, those library steps didn't look easy.
Yeah, the chiropractor.
But didn't you have room monitors in the stately homes?
Well, this is a problem, because the set, as usual, is more valuable than any of the actors. So if you're in, like, a 200-year-old bed or a 400-year-old four-poster, it has to have a minder. Like, when people kind of bring very expensive jewellery around, and they have to have a bodyguard for it. There's a bodyguard for the room. And so at all times, you've got this minimal set, everyone gets very quiet, very respectful, and you derobe and you hit the bed. And then there's also just like Fran in the corner, who's just standing there just kind of deciding whether or not to look. She's like, I have to look. I'm not allowed to look. I have to look. Could you please go easy on the bed? It's very, very old. It's not quite so enthusiastic. Oh, do go on. That's the inner monologue that I imagine is going on in the corner of the room.
Yeah, I'll stop them in a minute. And presumably you had to have the awkward kind of family conversation before
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we've got a family WhatsApp group, so there's a couple of, you know, flashing red light emojis and the odd peach emoji. Certain people have threatened to rate my peach. But we missed a couple of family members, and so people do enjoy the fact that, like, a couple of cousins missed the memo. And so they're watching the show, and I got a very stern message in my Instagram DMs, oddly enough, just going, there really needs to be a cousin warming. I had to make so many tactical cups of tea. And I left the room and made my tactical cup of tea and came back, and you were still going. So I had to start doing pots of tea. You know, you had to kind of keep building up the...
Three-course meal, a tasting menu, if you will.
Absolutely.
Do you feel awkward doing sex scenes?
No, not really. Not when they're done right, because we've talked a lot about our wonderful intimacy coordinator.
Yeah.
So it's scripted, just like a dramatic scene, except physically scripted. So you know where your hands are going to be, you know whose hand's going to be where, at what point, how you react to that. It's literally just choreography, at which point...
It takes the embarrassment out of it, I suppose, doesn't it?
It takes the embarrassment out. It also takes the risk out, because also that you can... It's like choreographing a fight scene. You can do damage if you're not careful with your co-stars.
Yeah. Did you look at that photo when the screen froze of me on Good Morning Britain? Did you use that, maybe, as inspiration?
I thought that was your audition. I thought that was your audition. I was about to call up the producers and say, have you seen that? We've got an expert.
You could be the intimacy coach.
I'm pretty sure I make that face a couple of times, to be fair.
All right, you can catch up with Reggie in Bridgerton, streaming now on Netflix. OK, we turn to Siobhan McSweeney, talented actress and now new host of the Great Pottery Throw Down. It is currently showing on Channel 4, Sunday evenings at 7:45. So tell us all about it, Bright Eyes.
This is a show about pottery. It has the same format as Bake Off, except instead of cakes, it's pots. So it's 12 amateur potters compete to be, you know, last one standing kind of thing. And
it's one of those weird things. It is similar to Bake Off, where you kind of think, well, where's the emotional involvement in that? But it is weirdly moving, because people invest so much in the pottery.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about pottery when I started. Surprise. Other surprise, I still don't know anything about pottery. Like, when you think about it, it really is quite extraordinary what they do. They take a load of muck and they make something very beautiful that can exist forever. Like, archaeologists, what they find is pottery mostly, isn't it? Like,
yes.
No,
pottery will
no one finds cake. No one finds cake.
No one finds cake. Not around me.
No,
anyway.
they don't. No, I think it's the most wonderful idea for a programme, and it's that thing of you touch it, actually physically touch it.
They don't like you to touch it. Yeah, they don't. I got given out to because I, like you, it's very tactile, and when you see it in front of you being made, you're just like... And of course, the contestants are all, like, trying to be nice and be friendly, but they're also like, stop fucking touching my...
We've got a clip from this Sunday's Great Pottery Throw Down, and this is your favourite episode.
It is, actually.
So what are we about to see?
OK, well, the big challenge this week is that they are making busts of music legends, not musical legends, not you, but other music legends. And it's really, really brilliant. I love it because they make a holy show of themselves, actually. they just... Things don't go as well as you would expect for a group of amateur potters making busts of people.
We hope Dame Shirley Bassey won't be watching. Here we go.
Sal's also struggling to capture the glamour of Dame Shirley.
You've really captured the pole out of the top of her head that she's just notorious for.
Yeah.
So what is this?
This is part of the armature that's holding her out. So, yeah, there's 2 balloons inside her head, 2 small ones in her neck. And when I pop all the balloons, I've got a hollow that I can get in with the hot air gun.
Are you ready to pop the balloon?
I am ready to pop the balloon.
Do you want to pop? I'm really curious about this.
I think it'll just...
Oh, my God!
I think it might just deflate. There you go.
Oh,
Dame Shirley's balloons have been popped.
There's air coming out of her ears.
So the balloons are now deflated.
So she's hollow inside there.
She is very hollow, yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Looking good so far.
Thank you.
Very good. And because it's a different experience going, you know, being an actor and something is very different than this. So was it a big kind of shock to you, or did you find it easy?
No, I found it really weird. I still find it really weird. I mean, essentially, it happened for such a weird reason as well. I and the rest of the girls, we did Bake Off, a celebrity version of it. And I had a nervous breakdown on it. And they thought, oh, I think she'll do well in our pottery show.
But how intense is it in that bloody tent for Bake Off? It's so intense.
Oh, it's dreadful.
I cried. I've never cried over a cake before.
Oh, my God almighty. It's really intense. And you're like, who cares? It's a bloody cake. It's a sponge. I'm an actor. And you end up having a nervous breakdown. You cried? Yeah.
I cried. I mean, when you watch it on the telly, I'll get over yourself. Why are you crying? But then I was like, my sponge isn't ready. My sponge isn't ready. Yeah, and you're like, who gives a shit?
I don't want to have I don't want to have post-traumatic stress disorder here, but let's have a look at your cake. So this is the cake.
Oh, here we go.
So this is your... What was your cake called? Irish Camping Holiday. Is that right?
Look. Yeah, it was. It was basically... It was a decade cake.
Wasn't this for charities? I mean, roll with the punches. It was...
It was meant to represent the happiest time of my life, and look at the state of it!
Oh.
Look at that!
So, is that the ocean?
Yes!
And that's the grass?
Yes, and the yellow bit is the sand, and
that's the sand.
Yeah.
What's the big cack on the top?
It's a tent.
Oh, OK. No, it's a chocolate tent.
Why did you choose brown?
I'm in no mood to criticise. I know. Yeah, because the next big... If you're depressed by your cake, I'm about to cheer you up.
Yeah. Here's a stick. Beat me with it.
Yeah. Why did you choose brown? Here's Alan's cake.
It's a rainbow cake.
What is that?
It's the ladder.
He's asleep, and it's a rainbow dream cake. That's what we were told.
Oh, he's asleep.
Yes, but it looks like I've fallen off the ladder. and also, I don't know if you experienced this, but everyone who cooked, because it's long hours, isn't it? All the camera crew are there.
Very hard.
And everyone leaves the cake on the side so the crew can nibble away and maybe have a slice. Mine was intact. I haven't even gone, do you know what? I might have a little bit of a bungle on top. No. Crumbs everywhere. No, it's intact.
Because, Felicity, you've done Strictly Links. Would you ever do Bake Off?
I have not done Bake Off, and I'm glad I haven't done Bake Off. I've listened to you two. I don't understand cakes, first of all. I just don't understand them. And I don't want to be distraught in a tent trying to understand them.
No.
And I knew it would upset me beyond measure because
it will upset you.
I mean, pottery, I don't understand it, I can't do it, but I'd love to have a go.
Yeah.
But baking is I am a foreigner to
See,
baking.
you need to make decisions now, because all these calls are going to start coming.
Well,
the Celebrity Bake Off, Celebrity Mastermind, all those calls are coming now.
Will the pair of you come on pottery?
If I get to play Patrick.
What am I, chopped liver? Hey, Siobhan, love, Siobhan, woo! Cooey, over here. My pots are better than my cake, I'm just saying.
Come on in.
Oh, dear. Well, Siobhan, good luck with the rest of the run. The Great Pottery Throw Down continues this Sunday on Channel 4, and it's available to stream on all 4. Right, before we hear tonight's musical performance, I will need a volunteer to sit in the red chair tonight. Anyone at all?
I've had such a lovely evening. Of course, I would love to.
Do take your wine with you, Grant. It is time for music from one of the standout albums of 2020. What's Your Pleasure? Performing the new single, Remember Where You Are, it is Jessie Ware!
Remember picture hung on the wall, sweet reminder before the fall. Remember me, remember me, remember me, remember me. Every day you get up and look out of the window, take a breath of morning air and listen to the people out there. The heart of the city is on fire. Sun on the rise, the highs are gonna fall. But nothing is different in my arms. So darling, remember, remember where you are. Where you are. We are the last ones of our kind, freedom of our hearts and minds. Oh, every day you get up and look out of the window, take a breath of morning air and listen to the people out there as the birds are singing a duet with the morning traffic. What's the one you're hearing? What's the one you're hearing? The heart of the city is on fire. Sun on the rise, the highs are gonna fall. But nothing is different in my arms. So darling, remember, remember. Can we keep moving in the after hours? Can we keep loving on the edge of down? You should let me say day, please and take the pain away. Why don't you take me home? The heart of the city is on fire. Sun on the rise, the highs are gonna fall. But nothing is different in my arms. So darling, remember, remember where you are.
Gorgeous. Jessie Ware, everybody, come on over, Jessie, and thank you to the backing vocalists, and your movement was beautiful. They dance on floor. Come on, look at you. She shimmers, she shines.
Trying to do it right.
So I can't help you up. I can't help you. Your chair's over there.
Thank you. Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you. It's such a treat to be here. Regé, my mum sends her love.
Tell her I send my love right back.
The rest of the world.
Thank you.
That's going to happen. Now you're leaving the house, that's going to happen a lot.
My cabbie on the way over was the same. I thought I was safe. I thought I was in a mask. And he was like, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to explain. It's got my publicist's name. He was like, oh, no, I recognise you a mile off. Those eyebrows, mate, not a chance. My wife loves me.
But now, there are several congratulations in order.
Uh-huh.
Are we talking about that? Or?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to miss, right?
Well, I must say, I mean, I kind of thought if you don't mention it, people will kind of think, whoa, Jessie Ware. Lockdown's hit her quite hard.
Yes, something is in here.
And it's not a pie.
That is not a pie. It's not a banana bread.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's fantastic. And that is the latest single of What's Your Pleasure, which is, I would say, it's my favourite album of last year.
Much. Thank
but you don't really need my endorsement because that track, Barack Obama,
I know.
said it was one of his top tracks of the year.
Look, I think that it was very much Sasha Obama who told him about me, but that is fine, because I made the end-of-year playlist, and I'm very happy that he even knows my name.
Because this has become a thing now. This is huge. And so do you get a call beforehand saying you're going to be on it?
No, it was, you know, a lockdown Friday. Nothing was going on. And I got loads of pings on my phone, and it was just like, Mazel Tov, congratulations, oh my God, oh my God. And then I realised what happened. I had to put my glasses on because it's quite small font, and then I realised that I was there somewhere.
You're there.
I know.
I mean, it is the
such a big
coolest thing.
deal. Yeah, it was a big coup. It was great.
Now, the other thing we need to mention is touring dates.
Yes.
Because God love you. You like Dave Grohl there. You're one of these people. Keep planning the tour. So when is it now?
So it's moved... it's moved to December, and actually, look, it's sensible to do that. It's realistic.
Yeah.
And I think that for this record, it's a sexy dance record that I need people to be up close and personal, sweating next to each other, kissing strangers. I want all that. So we're going to have the biggest party in December.
So we've also got to mention, I mean, Jessie Ware, she's made a baby, she's made an album, and you've written a book.
Oh,
I know, yes.
Oh, for God's sake, I've done nothing. Have you seen my radishes?
So Overachiever, yes. What's the book called? It's called Omelette?
It's called Omelette. And it's a food memoir. Apparently, there is a genre called foudoir, but I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it maybe tempts people to think that there's going to be a murder in it or something. I don't know. So there is no murdering. There's memories from childhood, all revolving around food and drink.
Yes.
It sounds good, right?
I love that.
Well, listen, good luck with that. Good luck with the tour. Good luck with the single. And thank you so much for that gorgeous performance. Jessie Ware, everybody! Right, that is nearly it. But we've got just time for a quick visit to the big red chair. Now, Alan is all set. There he is. He's ready. He's ready. OK, let's find out who's going to be trying to keep you in that chair. Who's up first? Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Francesca.
Francesca. And where are you, Francesca?
I'm in North Finchley in London.
Lovely.
Oh, I don't like the colour of your curtains.
They're not mine, I'm in a house share. Don't blame me.
Yeah, right back at you.
They're not my choice.
What do you do in North Finchley?
I'm an actor and I also work in a local pub.
OK, so nothing.
Unemployed.
I've been there, it gets better.
Thank you. Please put me on Bridgerton, I'd love to be on it.
Yeah. All right, off you go with your story. And remember, you're trying to keep Alan in that chair. OK, good luck, everyone. Off you go.
OK, so a few years ago, I was working in Sheffield in a theatre. And we have this bar and restaurant where the audience and cast would come before and after a show. And one night, this famous person had been to see the show and came into the bar afterwards, where I served them. And I was making their drinks. I think it was like 2 gin and tonics. And as I was making their drinks, these 2 cast members came over and started asking for their photos and that kind of thing. So I put the drinks on the bar, they turn around, pick up their drinks, and then walk over to their table without paying. Now, you're probably wondering who this famous person is. It was Graham Norton.
I knew it. I knew it was going to be me. I never pay for drinks. How dare she ask me for money? I was supporting live theatre. It was an accident. I'm so sorry, Alan. Are you
Can
okay?
you warn me next time you've been tight? Can you just warn me?
Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad. No, I'm sure I paid eventually. Somebody did. OK, let's find out. Who's up next? Who's up next? Hello!
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Sue from Oxfordshire.
Oh, and who's your dog?
Oh, Heidi. Let me get her. Heidi, here.
There she is. No.
Sorry.
No, she's not keen on those treats, is she?
No, she isn't.
All right, you're telling a story. Oh, now Heidi wants them. So off you go with your story.
Hi. Well, a few years ago, I went into London and I was on the train. It was a really hot day. I got to the other end and it was so hot. I thought, oh, God, this jacket's too hot. I thought, I've got nowhere to put it. So I just tied a big knot on the back of my my bag. And then as I was going through the day, I just kept checking that the knot was there to check my jacket was still there. On the way home, on the train, just about to get off, where you're all waiting for the electric doors to open. We're all close to each other. And I then thought, oh, gosh, my jacket. And I reached round and thought, my knot feels a little bit different. And then I realised I was grabbing this man's testicles. And I said to him, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to touch your balls. And at this point, I got the attention of everybody in the carriage. And he then said to me, I said, I'm so sorry. And he said, oh, that's all right. I was having a bad day up until then. And then everybody...
Can we let her walk? Yeah, you can walk. You can walk. Take it on for a walk. Well done. Yay! What a know.
And it was Graham Norton's testicles.
All right, that is all we've got time for. If you'd like to have a go in that red chair yourself and tell your story, you can. Just contact us via our website at this very address. Please say thank you to all of my guests. Jessie Ware, Siobhan McSweeney, Dave Grohl, Alan Carr, Regé-Jean Page, and Felicity Kendall. Join me next week with singer Arlo Parks, comedians Marcus Brigstock and Rachel Paris, Big Bang Theory's Mayim Bialik, and 3 Hollywood Brits, Adrian Lester, Sienna Miller, and Daniel Kaluuya. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
More from Alan and his interior design masters on Tuesday over on BBC 2 at 8, or press red now to watch on BBC iPlayer. Sunday is a greatest show night on BBC One. From the London Palladium, Sheridan Smith hosts a musical extravaganza at 20 to 8. Grab the popcorn for Oscar-winning Shakespeare in Love next.